happening these days in our countries around the globe. A lot that be happening. Today, I'm going to be taking you into some crime scenes that happened in the Volta region, Akachi to be precise, in a suburb town of Akachi called Blite and others like Dagramate. I'm going to be telling you what actually happens over there. By the way, welcome to Adonis Studio. Do me a favor by liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more updates on things happening around the world. The Ghana Police Service has arrested 3 suspects of murdering a 30-year-old boy from Siokwe who came into Akachi town last year on the 7th of September 2023. On that day, that was Thursday, he was said to be missing by the family of this young man. The family said he asked them that he is going to visit a friend in Akachi, a suburb town of Akachi called Blite. On that fateful day, as he left the house, he could not return back to the family, which keeps the family worried. However, in all that, they couldn't see any trace of him. His name is Christopher Koku Alavi from Siokwe. Just in the recent years, a lot have been happening in Akachi. The deaths of a lot of people, killing here and there of the native of Akachi every single day. But there are only few that are known to the media, and some of them are not known to the media because the families have not come to issue any distress signal to the community. But for this particular boy, Christopher Koku Alave from Siokwe, his family asked the Ghana Police Service to investigate the case of their missing child. However, in the course of that, they couldn't find any trace, but only a phone that he was holding. That was police pinpoint as they were diving into the matter. His phone was the only key access for police to arrest the culprit in the missing of this young man. However, in the recent days, Akachi have been known to be a crime scene for fetish priests and ritualists or co-fraternity. So this case of this young man happened on the 7th of September 2023 on Thursday. The family sent a distress signal to the Ghana Police Service in order for them to look for their surviving child, as they claim. They were hoping he would return home as soon as possible. And they have printed out a lot of footage of him showing his mixing and his 5'4" feet on social media platforms. But however, nobody hear anything for the Ghana Police Service and even the people in the community. Before I tell you more about this boy, let's dive into last year, 2023. In the same suburb town of Akachi, a pastor and a wife was killed in the night by unknown people, which still yet no result have been found. The case of the pastor and the wife is still in the hands of the police, but no suspect was caught in this act. In the same Akachi, in another suburb town of Akachi, a man from work in the late hours around 6 p.m. was shot several times on his way, barely 10 miles away from his house. He was killed, and it was said this man has a sum of 40,000 Ghana cedis or 80,000 Ghana cedis on his body when going home because they have just been paid. It seems he would have been choked by his colleagues, but yesterday nobody knew the main cause of his death. The only thing that the media and the police of Akachi could find is that he was shot and he was paid that day with a sum of 80,000 Ghana cedis.
This is the spot in Gbagblakokwe, a suburb of Akatsi, where the 30-year-old Nelson Mandela Zanu met his untimely death. He was allegedly shot right at the spot, barely some 50 meters away from his house, where he was sending some sachet water packs to his wife and children.
Yes, sir. No result or no substantial evidence could have come out from the investigation. And in Akatsi, in the suburb of Akatsi called Dagbamate, a fetish priest killed his own grown son. Why did he do that? He killed his son because of a motor case, saying he bought a motor for his son to be giving him an account, but he couldn't give him an account anytime he go out for work. So the fetish priest decided to end his son's life by shooting him and burying him in the bush. For about a week, it came to the notice of this fetish priest family, especially the grandmother of this boy, that their son is missing. And all they know about him that he's not a type that go out most often. So they start to investigate the matter. Upon investigation, the grandmother told the family that he may have been killed by his father because she is suspecting something from there. Truly, when they dive into the matter, they realized that his own father has murdered him all because of motorbike. Now, let's come back to this case of this young man, 30-year-old Christopher Koku Alave from Ziopi. Barely 2 days ago, the Ghana Police Service announced the arrest of 3 fetish priests involved in his murder. It was alleged that he was murdered for ritual purposes, because this is what the Akatsi people is being known of these days. Whenever you are a newcomer coming into their town, you must be very, very careful, because this is what they do these days, engaging in multiple crimes, and they are not caught. But let's dive into the reason why these people are now in custody in Ghana Police Service of Akatsi. The cell phone of Christopher Akoli, the deceased, was found in a young boy's hand while the police were still doing the investigation. They tracked the IP address of this particular phone. And when they caught the boy, he said it was a grown man that sold the phone to him. So the police decided to take this boy to whoever sold the phone to him. In diving into the matter, they realized the man that sold the phone to the boy is a fetish priest, and 2 others also involved, and the police arrested them. Upon investigation, they find out that the fetish priest admits that he murdered the boy for ritual purposes, and they buried him in a bush. And you can see the footage on the screen that his exhumation was done, which was issued by the court in Akatsi. So on 12th of February this year, 2024, his exhumation had been succeeded. So right now, as of the time I'm doing this video, the three suspects are in custody in the Ghana Police Services of Akatsi. In the recent years, Akatsi as a whole in the Volta region has recorded a lot of crimes in their suburb towns, in their jurisdiction. But as of now, only few have got the justice they deserve, and the rest of the cases are not yet proving any evidence out of it. This is as some of the crime things that happen in Akatsi are brought to you. Stay tuned for more updates on crimes and everything happening in our countries and in our world as a whole. Thank you for watching the Adonis Studio. Do me a favor by liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more updates.